because the thing that I'm thinking of in my mind is the first time I saw, I don't even know what the name of the enemy is called, to be honest, but it's that like slow moving one with like
Yeah,
spikes and stuff. It's like a massive, a sludge mass or whatever, and then
yeah,
it turns into like a scorpion drill that just, yeah.
yeah.
First time I saw that, my reaction was like, I don't know what that thing is, but it has to stay away from my dome. I'm gonna target it immediately, and
Yeah.
it was pretty harrowing to see it the first
It's
time.
totally terrifying. It's the same experience I had. I was
Yeah.
like, that thing has to die immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also it's an interesting process and something that I really value for us as a team because it's very open. So
Okay.
sometimes it's like that. Like I have a game, or usually that's often the starting point. I would say, like I have an idea for a mechanic. In this case, it was very simple. I
Okay.
need something slow with a lot of HP. So this actually came from back when it was Dome Romantic. And there was
Mm.
this, I'm not sure if you could do only one of each, but you had this double laser and the single laser. And the double
Ah.
laser was obviously the best route to go. It was just so much
Mm.
better. And then I thought, okay, yeah, but what would be a weakness of the double laser? And that would be like a one-sided high HP monster. And that would be a good
Ah.
argument to have the like single powerful laser. And with that requirement,
Yes.
I went to Anna and she made a design. And then it kind of flows. Like it was this hulking mass. And I think it was like, okay, yeah, this looks a little bit like a scorpion thing. Wouldn't it be fun, like if that actually came out and stings? So
Nice.
that was
Oh,
very
so
open.
cool.
But I want to add one more to that. We later, after developing for a while, and after getting picked up by Raw Fury, we had some kind of ability to expand, and we got Brandon Schenk, Pen USB mic, as a nickname, to create monsters for us because monsters are also
Mm.
kind of work intensive with all these animations, and he does amazing animations and was already close with the style. And with him, it's also a very
Nice. Okay.
interesting process. Like I have this requirement game design wise, and he makes like 10 different concepts, and then we go, okay, what fits best for that? But then we also look at the other monsters and think, hey, this monster looks like it would do X and Y. Like this looks like it would jump around, or this looks like it could teleport, or something like that. And
Hmm.
suddenly this
Okay.
breeds new mechanics back. So it's a back and forth sort of.
Interesting. That's so
Nice.
cool. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I was thinking. It's not really like a one thing or the other. It seems like mechanics birth monsters and monsters can birth mechanics. It's such an interesting.
Yeah.
I just find the concept of game design and game development just endlessly fascinating.
Yeah.
How these types of things can influence themselves. It's so interesting.
And I mean, you guys did a great job. Like, you might get tired of the praise, but we're just gonna keep dishing it out because, like, there's actually nothing that we dislike about the game. So,
Yeah.
like, you guys did a great job with the monster stuff. Like, we appreciated some of the posts you put up on Steam about how like your approach is. You always want to do something different.
Yeah.
And I
Mhm.
think that really carries throughout the entire game. And the monsters are like a perfect example of that.
Yeah, that's also as you say, like when we think about monster, we think about, okay, how is this meaningfully different? How does it not only like look different and sound different, but how does how does it change how the player needs to react on this monster and plan around dealing with this monster? Like, is this something very immediate, or is this something that you can put off for a while, or something that you try to get the timing just right, like in a synergy way, or I don't know. Like with the
Yeah.
diver that comes down, you have this like small window where you have to shoot it down, and then it's no problem. But if you miss that,
Right.
it's bad.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, so it's so cool. Yeah, so there's different that makes sense, right? There is different things you have to consider, like the priority window of like, okay, when X monster shows up, he demands a certain priority of you, and you totally feel that in the gameplay that like there's not every monster has the same kind of priority.
Yeah.
There's different monsters of when X shows up, I have to divert my attention from Y and reprioritize things. Yeah, it's great. And it really goes to show like when you see the final product, you really see that like obviously you guys were really thinking all that stuff through thoroughly because it really, you feel it as you play. So that's cool.
Yeah, and I'm excited for yeah, just adding more stuff also. Like we got this huge backlog of ideas, and yeah, a
Nice.
lot of